Hey family, what's going on? Happy Winning Wednesday, my beautiful, beautiful free thinkers. Today is a beautiful day in the great state of Colorado. It is below zero, I believe, or it's like 40 degrees or something like that, but it is sunshiny. It is lovely, and it has been a very magical day. I hope you guys have been having the same type of day. Okay. Now, babies, you know me. We haven't talked to each other on this channel since I believe last week. If you guys saw me Friday, I was on my personal page. We were talking about dollar cost averaging to everyone that's not in our group. So I'm back. I'm back home. What's up? All right, so let's get to it because as you guys know, when I come on here, babies, I have a whole lot of information and we're going to try to get it all to you in just a little bit of time. Okay, so what are we going to be talking about today, babies? First of all, we're going to be talking about dollar cost averaging. Why? Because that's where we're focused at right now. We have been listening to and hearing the coach, Brandon Bitcoin Ivy, talk to us about a financial storm. Not just a crypto storm, but a financial storm. And if you are in the inner circle like you should be, you guys were there to hear him talk about JP Morgan and what these big banks are doing and what they're doing with the metaverse and why we need to be up on that. So dollar cost averaging is a way that we are, let's say, solidifying a foundation so we can be able to weather this crypto storm coming up. Another thing I want to talk about is Happy Black History Month. Mwah! This is for the love, the people, the struggle, and the triumph that we are working towards. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on in Black History Month and why this is so important and exciting to me. And then at the very end, babies, we are going to take a quick look at STARVARA. So as you see, we have a lot of information that I need to cover. Get your pens and papers and put a thinking cap on, babies, because I can't slow down for no one. What's up? All right, so welcome. Let's start off with that, babies. Our group just keeps growing. Babies, like I said last time, we are over 700 members, but now we are almost at 720 members. That is fantastic. I really, truly appreciate you guys taking the time out to come in here, learn some things with me, hear me talk, and all that other good stuff. So thank you guys so much for taking this journey with me. I truly appreciate it. Now, for those of you that do not know who I am, babies, my name is Marnita, your Queen Connectress Casa. I started this group about 2 years ago. Why? Because I was introduced to cryptocurrency and blockchain technology by my mentor and boss, Brandon Bitcoin Ivy, and it changed my life. Now, let me tell you guys something. The year 2023 is very, very important to me. It's very special to me. 10 years ago, babies, in 2013, I was living in a car with my kids. 10 years later, here I am talking about cryptocurrency education, out here trying to help everybody change their lives, going through personal development, sharing my story with you, having you guys on this journey with me. So 2023 is very, very important to me, very special, because this marks 10 years since the day I was sitting in a car wondering how I was going to be able to feed my babies. And that's why we walk this path together, okay? Because we lift each other up. So for those of you that don't know me, that's who I am. But I'm going to throw a little disclaimer out there to you guys. Even though I am a 3-year student and the protege of Brandon Bitcoin Ivy, I am also the administrative assistant for his university called Ivy League Crypto Academy. I have been in this crypto game, lost money, made money, but even though all that is still true, I am not an expert, babies. I'm going to tell you again, I am not an expert. I am very, very good at my research, so I do know what I'm talking about, but here we like to tell you guys, do your own research, because what is good for me might not be good for you, and I could be wrong. Hello. So definitely take what I say, but go ahead and do your own research, babies, so you can always make sure that you are making educated decisions off of the information you gathered for yourself. What's up? Okay, so now that we're done with that disclaimer, babies, let's go ahead and get down to the nitty gritty. Let's talk dollar cost averaging. All right. Okay. So, you guys, I put a screenshot of my dollar cost averaging portfolio in the group and on my page. And if you guys are paying attention, like you should be, you would have noticed that there's a new coin up there with money in it. It's not just XRP anymore, babies. I started putting money into Bitcoin. Hello. Now we've been at this for a little over 4 weeks, and we are already at over $250, babies. To be exact, I checked my portfolio before I came on right now. We are at $270.85. That's by putting $30 each week into our crypto portfolio, our dollar cost averaging portfolio, babies. So I'm going to answer some quick questions. How much money am I putting into my crypto portfolio each week? $30. That's it. We are building a foundation, yes, with as little as 10, 20, 30, 50, $1,000 a week, a month, whatever is more comfortable for us. So I've been building this with $30. Now I'm going to tell you guys I cheated. I'm not going to lie. I had a little extra money. So I put an extra $25 into Bitcoin. Boom, 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 boom. And it paid off. What's up? So hello. You're allowed to do that as well, right? If let's say your budget for the week is $25, but this week you could put in 50, put in that 50 and then forget about it and keep it moving. All right. So this week we started adding our money to Bitcoin instead of XRP. So let me tell you something. One of the things that I learned from Bitcoin Ivy, he's going to be like, girl, what? One of the things I learned from Brandon is that when you're doing a dollar cost average portfolio, right, you don't want to spread your money too thin. It's so very important that you find, let's say, no more than 10 coins that you want to focus in building. And not just focus in building, but you also want to make sure that you have a solid foundation under each coin before you start putting money into the next one. Prime example, we were putting money into XRP. We did not start putting money into Bitcoin until we had no less than $200 worth of XRP already in our portfolio. With Bitcoin, we're going to ante it up. We're going to keep putting money into our Bitcoin portfolio until we have at least $300 worth of Bitcoin. And at that point, we're going to go to our next coin, which is Ethereum. Okay, so you might be asking, why Bitcoin? That's a great question, you guys. Always ask why. Okay, so why Bitcoin? In my personal opinion, number one, if you own more than a quarter of a Bitcoin, that means 0.25 Bitcoin, baby. If you own at least 2.5 Bitcoin, you will be in the 1% asset class holder in the world. I didn't say America. I said the world. And if you're someone like me who is looking into the future, looking at generational wealth, this is something that you need to get into, because we can still right now, shoot, 5 years from now, you'll be lucky if you could get a Satoshi. And if you don't know what that is, you need to be on the this month's 5-day challenge. Hello. Yes. Okay. 2, because Bitcoin is a store of wealth that is affordable to everyone. And I mean that. You can buy $5 worth of Bitcoin and put it away. You can go and buy 10, 15, 100, $1,000 worth of Bitcoin right now and go put it away. Bitcoin is what's called digital gold. So it's the same as you going in there and investing your money into real estate. It's the same as you going into stocks and bonds and all that other stuff that is really a lot of times too financially high for most people like me to get into. But with Bitcoin, you can start producing a store of wealth for yourself for as little as $5 a week, babies. If you guys are on Facebook, hi, Facebook user. I can't see your name, but thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. Thank you. Okay, so if you are putting even $5 a week, you are able to create a store of wealth for not only you, but for your family. Hello. And that's the whole point, right? Okay, third reason why I Bitcoin is on my dollar cost averaging portfolio. Because as Brandon tells us all the time, this is the best performing asset in the last 10 years. This is documented information, babies. Google it. As far as I'm concerned, if I'm going to be putting money into a store of wealth, I want to make sure it's going to appreciate over time. And if you don't know what appreciate means, that just means that it builds in value. So I buy it now today for 33 cents. And 10 years from now, it's worth $1 million. Baby, in crypto, it happens. Hello. So that's why we got our dollar cost averaging portfolio going on, babies. And like I said, we will be putting money into Bitcoin until we hit that $300 mark. And then we're going to focus our attention on Ethereum. And at that time, I will break down for you my reasons for putting Ethereum in my dollar cost averaging portfolio. Now, let me tell you something. You guys, we walk this path together. So if you are building a dollar cost averaging portfolio and you have other coins in there, please share those with us and tell us why. Shoot, we might just go ahead and put it in our own portfolio. Hello. Okay. All right. So we'll continue to do that. All right. Next, if you need help, if you are new to cryptocurrency, and you have questions, you want to open up a wallet, but you don't know how, you want to start your own dollar cost averaging portfolio, but you don't know how, you don't know who to trust, where to go, please send me a message. In fact, I'm going to put my calendar link in the comments. Set up an appointment with me. We'll sit down. We'll talk about what your goals are. We'll talk about your questions. We'll talk about what you want to do, what you feel safe with, and I'll tell you what I can do, and we'll go from there. Okay, so the first 30 minutes is free, and then after that, $25 for 30 minutes, $40 for the whole hour. Babies, what's up? You got to start investing in yourself and in your education, and I'm here to help you do that. Mwah. Yes. All right, so let's get it on. Next. Oh yeah, and please, if you want to actually, I talk a lot about Brandon Bitcoin Ivy. If you want to get to know him, go to www.connect with Q as in Queen, C as in Connectress.com. I'll put that link in the comments as well. You guys get a free ebook on how to launch your first business from Brandon, and you can also sign up to start our 5-day challenge. Okay. Patty, if you're listening, baby, I just got your message. I will get with you as soon as I'm done. Okay. So last, but definitely not least, you always save the best for last. Babies, I'm at 13 minutes. Okay. Let me hurry up. Babies, I want to tell you about our People's Money 5-day challenge. For those of you that are new, that don't know what that is, okay, like you heard me say before, I'm the executive administrative assistant for the Ivy League Crypto Academy. Well, what Brandon Ivy has decided to do, which I think is a very phenomenal and beautiful move, he puts on a virtual Bitcoin boot camp once a month for 5 days out of that month. So for 1 hour each one of those days, he streams live and he basically teaches the basics of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. And he does this at no cost. Hi, baby. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. And they basically do that at no cost to you. Now, if you want to upgrade and take your education to the next level, we definitely have programs that you can do that with, but that's not what it's about for us. What it is for us is making sure that you guys get educated, because let me tell you, them big banks are coming for you. Brandon just read some stuff to us today. And the language, they're trying to appeal to the people who are unbanked and the people who are uneducated in cryptocurrency. And so we want to make sure, we want to make sure that you are educated and ready for whatever. So every decision you make it intelligently and knowing exactly what you want and do not want. That's what we're here to do. So for 5 days, we stream that information live. And I am especially talking to you leaders, influencers, you people out there that are putting up these cryptocurrency opportunities and you got thousands of followers, especially you. Okay, I'm appealing to you. And this is why an educated community is a thriving and strong community. Believe me, I belong to ILCA. We are one of those communities. Okay, now if you are ready, come on down to the 5-Day Money Challenge for Black History Month. Brandon Ivy is doing it so big. I'm so excited. He actually will be featuring, now, not only does he stream this crypto education at no cost, but he also has panelists. He has people who have excelled and succeeded with cryptocurrency from all different walks of life. Now, for Black History Month, what he is doing is we are paying homage to Morehouse College, an institution for years that has been shaping and molding some of the strongest and most brilliant African American men that we know. And by showing our homage, we have every single one of our panelists on the 5-Day Money Challenge this month of February is going to be a Morehouse College graduate. And not only a Morehouse College graduate, but a successful millionaire. That is what we need to see. Brandon just did a interview with his dad. I know I'm going over time, but just this got me feeling it, you guys. Brandon just did an interview with his father. I will definitely post it in the group. And it was so inspiring. It was so strong and motivating and serious that I made my son watch. So you guys, if ever you had thought about signing up for the 5-Day Challenge, you do it this month. There's going to be so much information, light, love, and knowledge being passed around by people who have been there, done that, who have came from nothing, survived, succeeded, and are now putting their hand out to bring you up with them at no cost to you. So I will most definitely have that link in the comments here. You guys, that gets me riled up. I'm all done. Okay, so I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will be back in a couple of days. We'll talk some more about the People's Money 5-Day Challenge that actually starts on February 6th, you guys. So don't play with it. I'm going to put the link in the comments. Click on the link, register at no cost, and then show up. You're going to get an email with a link to a private Facebook group. That is where we will be streaming. All right. I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and I will see you in a couple of days. Peace.